And we'll run away. Bing, bong, boom. Yeah. Final Fantasy is one of those games, as I've mentioned earlier. And I'll assume that, this is the start of another episode, that I've just put a cut in or something. Because I don't know what myself in the future will do, but I assume he'll do, something, reasonable. Start episodes after pauses. Maybe current me should be more reasonable and actually start, soft potion, that's okay. Maybe current me should be reasonable and actually, take breaks to make sure the recording is working. But, that sounds like a smart idea. You can't have smart ideas all the time. And Final Fantasy is one of the games that always interested me from a distance, and with the randomizer and how brisk it makes everything, it's something I've enjoyed more hands-on, right? I've always been very conceptually fascinated by the first Final Fantasy game as compared to its many more beloved predecessors on the grounds. This is go to Marsh Cave. That's Earth Cave. Marsh Cave is near Elfland, right? We can probably go ahead and tackle Earth Cave. It's one of these games that has fascinated me very deeply, just because I think the initial ability to pick your class, your party, right from the start. So, immediately, from the very first moment, right, each run can be made very different. Whereas, if you want to, if you're playing Final Fantasy 3 or Final Fantasy 5 and you want to make your run different, you have to actually, get to the Earth Crystal, and, if you want to, for example, use a party of all summoners, well, you're, out of luck, buddy, because you're going to have to go through a pretty decent chunk of the game before you can actually start that. And the tail is in the cave, is in Earth 1. Okay, that's good to know. And I will mark it as not obtained because I've not saved yet, and if you get an unfortunate party wipe, you don't want to forget to go and snag that. Although I don't think we're probably going to see any party wipes. Curly's HP looks like he's pretty... Oh gosh. Do I have Pierce? I have 1 Pure. I'm actually not going to heal the poison, because I do not have a large number of poison healing resources. Okay, this whole thing here is, literally not even good. There's no advantage to, running to any of these corridors. That's annoying, actually, so I'm gonna heal just to make the sound go away. Whoops, my bad for not buying more Pures or heal potions. That's the disadvantage of not coming prepared. But yeah, there's a decent bit of treasure that we can snag in the Earth Cave, and we can run away from these Earth Elementals, so we never have to actually figure out if they're a threat or not. A house, a ton of money, which is good, because that will go towards our fund for Pro Capes and Aegis Shields and all other sorts of just grossly overpowered stuff that we need. I will commit the mistake of actually seeing what this guy's deal is. Also, we can test out the Masamune that we got, right? Or not. This might actually be a bad idea. In fact, since the Masamune guy is stunned, let's just run away. No need to, test out your power if you can't test out your power. A ribbon? That's nice. And the Earth Elemental. I probably could have approached the chest from the side and not done that, because I think every Earth Elemental fight in the game is, a trap tile, at least at this point. The ribbon is neat because it will reduce the damage from whatchamacallits, from elemental attacks by a fairly significant amount. It's also, a piece of armor that everyone can equip, which is, not a cap, so that's neat. And the way to the next floor is over here. Oh boy, toxic. I think that's a chance of instant death. Yeah, okay. How many charges of life 2 do you have? 4? We can probably make it through with that, but that's unfortunate. I will have to be aware of that trouble, because, who wants to just get wiped by toxic? Oh, God. Earth Cave Floor 2 is one of those parts that I do find a bit confusing. So, I will try to not need a map, but as you can see, I am already getting a little bit lost. NPC Guillotine is on, which means that, like, if you talk to these bats and they get out of your way, which is the nicest thing I think they've ever done in any Final Fantasy playthrough. Although, no, they do add atmosphere, I'll give them that much, you know. It would be interesting if more games had bats that just sort of floated around and didn't hurt you. Now I've got the cube, that's good, a lot of money, and a Fire 3 gauntlet, that's pretty interesting, actually. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty powerful spell, so the question is, who do I want to have this gauntlet? And we're just going to drop these iron gauntlets, because they're taking up, like, space in my inventory that I could spend on, actually good stuff. The Fire 3 gauntlet could go to Shimp, but Shimp has Fade at level 1, right? And Curly maybe doesn't have a lot that he can use, so maybe we'll give him the Fire 3 gauntlet. That might not be, strictly speaking, the smartest move, but we'll run with it anyway. And the monsters strike first, and they are dealing a lot of damage. Oof, that's bad. But we can run away, hooray. Bravely run away, as the living man does, you know. I mean, he who coops and runs away lives to coop another day, as the legendary King Koopa said. And these katanas are all basically money with extra steps. We can't use them, so they're only good for selling. You know? But hey, who doesn't like money with extra steps, right? And also we can take this opportunity to, to use our legendary Cure 4 shirts and get our party all healed up. And we can actually, like, finish a battle and let Curly catch up on levels a little bit. Which, you know, probably not the worst idea. We can even kill a wolf with the Masamune, which is sort of like, taking a rocket launcher to kill a cockroach. But, you know, while it may seem egregious at first, it's kind of cool, and that makes it worth it. You know, 360 damage is pretty epic, against opponents with more Absorb, which is what Final Fantasy basically calls your defense stat. Yeah, see, Curly gets 1 level, and everyone else does 2. You know, the Masamune, on one hand, it, you know, won't deal as much damage per hit to a dude with more defense, but the great thing about, the Masamune is it has a ton of hit percentage. So if we look at the hit percentage of the fighter, he's got, like, 96%, and the Red Mage only has 61%. And the Red Mage has a weapon that's really good, the Sun Sword's really good, has a lot of hit percentage compared to most weapons. The Masamune is just so powerful. The thing about it is that in Final Fantasy, the number of hits that you deal... Oh god, more toxic. Why is it, Oh, it must be based on an HP threshold. That must be why it's working against those guys. Please get, killed. No, it's not worth it. Run away. Please get killed. Or just leave me alone. Can't run. Okay, that's unfortunate. Goodness. Item. Freaking gosh darn it. We may have to be using some, fancy schmancy tricks, because this is very unfortunate. And I completely lost track of what I was gonna say. Whoops. That just happens when crazy, annoying nonsense happens like this. You know, use it. Oh yeah, the Master. In Final Fantasy 1, the number of hits a character will do per attack is determined by their hit percentage. So the fact that the Masamune has, like, a very high hit percentage, I don't know whether that actually affects accuracy or not, but it does mean that you will hit a bunch of times and therefore deal a bunch more damage, in addition to the fact that a weapon has, like, the highest power of every sword in the game. We're approaching these chests from the side because I think they mostly have... Oh god, more mummies. Run away, run away, run away, run away. Don't let them get toxic off. Oh, hooray. And let's also, use a little bit of Cure 3 on our fighter, because he's getting a bit low. But the Masamune is the most powerful weapon, has the most hit percentage. It is, like, all around the best, aside from, perhaps, the Excalibur, which, has the advantage of having lower stats than the Masamune, but also having, like, effective damage against every enemy in the game. So since we can buy the Excalibur, you know, we can eventually fit our red mage with the Masamune and the knight with Excalibur. And if we had 2 knights in our party, because Excalibur is purchasable, we could have just given them both Excalibur, which is probably why using multiple knights in Randomizer is even more powerful than the original game. In fact, you're just generally stronger in the Randomizer than the original, because obviously you get, you know, more free levels, but also because you just get access to more tools more quickly, because you don't normally get Masamune till the, like, very end of the game. And here, you know, you can actually just get it very early. And one of the other things that you can get is neat is that Saber, which is a very high-level spell in the original. You know, that can just be a low-level black magic spell, and that means a red mage can use it, and or you can just run around the vampire. The thing about Saber is that it is the best, you know, buff physical units attack spell in the game, but it is only usable by black mages because it's so high level. But in the Randomizer, you can get low-level Saber. And then when you have a low-level Saber, then a red mage can potentially use it. And, like, they can use the Masamune for much more damage than a, whoosy-macall it would. Terminated, low HP red mage. Oof. But at least Curly is catching up in levels. And get that Cure 3 going, boy. Let's go. Because we didn't buy any heal potions, because I'm very smart. We need the rod to get through this part of the little thingy. And Sky Palace actually seems like a fairly reasonable next destination because of our... Oh, God. This kind of sucks. Maybe I should just go ahead and use Nuke, because I don't like fighting these guys. Although I might need to save Nuke for Lich, but... You know, who said patience is a virtue, right? It's not written in the Bible, I don't think. I do not have an encyclopedic knowledge of the scriptures, but I'm pretty sure that's just a colloquial saying. Dragon Sword. You know, the fortunate thing is all of this loot's not necessarily bad, it's just kind of worse than the stuff we already have. Lamp, that's a pretty weak spell, because darkness wears off after battle. Alright, let's try running away again, and if that doesn't work, then we'll actually fight. Okay, well, running away isn't working. Okay, alright. We won't do any running away. We'll actually fight you. Well, I was trying to be merciful, strange creatures, but you just wouldn't let me. And now that's why I gotta get terminated. Ouch. And we'll try and heal up Curly with everyone besides Larry using a Cure 4 shirt before. So yeah, I don't know what the exact formula for turn order is. I think it's not like deterministic in the sense that it's not like, oh, the character with the highest agility will always go first. Bam. I don't think it hurts, but I don't think it helps either. Some money, and the loot. Good. The loot is exclusively useful for getting into the final dungeon. Oh, and darn, that's a trap square too, darn. But, you know, I mean, it is technically required to beat the game, so, you know, good thing we came here. What is this, Earth Cave 4 or 3 or something? Loot is Earth 4, yeah. And darn, I'm really wishing I'd bought some heal potions, because I am a bit limited in terms of my healing options at the moment. Alright, let's try and run everybody. These guys at least seem to be fairly weak, which is good, because it makes them less of a trouble if you can't run away from them. I don't think there's anything up here. I think I'm just screwing around and wasting my time. I think that's the way I came, isn't it? Am I stupid? No, that's the way to the end of the game, or the end of the dungeon. More, lamos to deal with. Yeah, I don't think there's that many, treasure... There's only, like, 2 treasure rooms I think I might be missing, right? I think that once I get here, this is the last treasure room I need to be in before I clear on out. I might be missing something. I might even check a map. Because even though I said I wasn't going to, I would hate to actually have to dive back into the Earth Cave for something stupid that I missed. Run away, run away, run away, run away. Why are you fighting? Run away. Yay. And in fact, let me actually go check my, standard issue Final Fantasy Earth Cave map. Yeah, no, that's everything on this floor. And run away. And actually, magic. Please heal our little wizard friend so he does not, his squishy body does not get him killed. And I think the only thing to do on this floor is actually just run to the boss and kill him, so let's do exactly that. It's not very long if you're not being deceived. And now we can fight Lich, the first evil dude, and just to demonstrate some nonsense, we'll cast fast on our Masamune guy, because, you know, why not? That's gonna double his number of attacks, so he'll do 8 hits and one-shot the first boss in the game. Hooray. And now, we've gotten the Earth Orb. We have made lots of good progress. And we'll save the game, which means I can finally lock in all of those items that I noted were here, such as the tail and the loot. And now, do we have enough money for the crystal? I think we do actually have enough money for the crystal. And we might actually not have to go to might not have to go to Marsh Cave this run, which would actually be pretty cool. Alright, we might actually not even need the crystal, because we don't necessarily know that Matoya has anything useful, so let's actually check to see if we have any, like, other better options. We don't have the airship or the floater, so we can't go and promote. Astos doesn't have anything useful. We're a bit low level to try and run at the Mirage Tower, but if we could try and clear out the volcano, because the volcano has like 30 chests in it or something. So that would actually be a pretty decent use of our time. I think that's the play. We know the herb is in the volcano too, so might as well, right? And Melmond has... Yes, we want to get exit and probably some pro capes too while we're here. We should have enough money to buy a few pro capes, right? Yeah, pro capes aren't super expensive. Can't carry anymore. Alright, let's actually go ahead and sell some of our armor. Oops. Lamp shirt, not helpful. Copper bracelet, not helpful. Or gauntlet. Opal helmet. That is not necessarily a bad piece of equipment. I probably wouldn't equip it necessarily over... I might equip it over ribbons, actually. Ribbon, iron helmet, yeah. And we'll not buy a pro cape for our fighter because, you know, we'll probably want to just equip him with the Aegis shield eventually, and that may be kind of far off, but he's got a decent shield as it is, so we'll just leave it at that. We'll go to our armor. Pro cape, equip the pro cape, and we'll trade this opal helmet for a pro cape. There we go. So our fighter does not actually have any, like, armor on. That's a bit funny. I don't necessarily feel like buying him any armor. And in the weapon shop, we don't have anything really good, do we? Yeah, just the Peel Bane-esque sword. Everything here's bad. Exit. So we will want to get... Oh, okay, I guess only Shimp can learn exit. Whoops. Alright, well, at least we have 2 revive spells in case he gets nuked. And the item shop in Melmond is destroyed by the vampire, so we can't actually get any of that. But that's fine, we'll just run over to Coronaria, and we'll buy some Pures, some heals, some big electric eels. I think it'll be nice. Oh, Crystal is in Elfland shop, right. We'll get 20 Pures, which should do us for a pretty decent amount of time. And we'll also buy some heal potions. We'll get plenty of those. One of the unfortunate things about the Randomizer's newer versions compared to the older versions is the older versions had a bulk buy 10 option. And the newer version has you enter the amount manually. And on one hand, that's nice, because if you only want to buy 5 potions, it's very convenient. But if you want to buy like 50, it would have been a lot more, it would have been a lot faster to just hit buy 10 5 times than to hit the increment number of potions button for, you know, 50 times. Alright, we've got the Stardust item. Don't have the slab, but the crystal is an Elfland shop. We're not going to go to Elfland shop, though. We are going to run all the way around and try to hit Crescent Lake so that we can run to the volcano, snag some goods, and get one step closer to vanquishing perfect chaos from the Sonic City place that I don't know the name of. Alright. And I will use some stuff here just because I want Curly to get caught up on levels to everyone else. Even though that's probably not strictly realistic, and it is a bit tedious. So we're going to run from this one, for instance, but not from all of them. There's the Marsh Cave that we didn't go to, and hopefully don't have to, because that would just suck. I don't like Marsh Cave very much. And this is check the map. I think Crescent Lake is up here. Yes, very good. What you got? You got any houses? Got some houses, standard prices. Buy opal bracelets. That's very good. That's the best armor for any mages, really. They're very, very powerful pieces of equipment. I will definitely mark that those are there. Opal bracelet. And, you know, as you can see, you've gotten good weapons. Although, I really don't think there's any weapon that we would want, to be honest. Because we have the Sun Sword and the Masamune are the best unpromoted weapons, and then we'll eventually get the Excalibur. Alright, so Cure 4 is available for the White Mage. It's probably not strictly great, though Heal 3 could be useful. It seems to cost a decent amount, though, so I might hold off on that. What about Black Mage? You know, the unfortunate thing is that as you progress through the game, maybe Red Wizard can learn Saber? Hopefully. As you progress through the game, you know, your chance of getting a really cool spell that excites you goes down because you've probably randomly gotten like a level 3 spell or a nuke spell or something very early on in the game. But, you know what? I think our next move is to go to the volcano, but I think that now is actually a great time to take a little break and all of that other good stuff that Let's Players do when they've been playing a game for God knows how long. So, this has been the QuickSmasherEXE. This has probably been more than one episode, and I will see you all next time on the Let's Play Final Fantasy Randomizer.